And welcome once more, everyone who might just be joining us. This is Game Over Cancer, Spring 2022, proud supporters of the Canadian Cancer Society. We're about to get going in just a few moments with the Legend of Zelda second quest low percent run. Our runner Anterlz44 is just about ready, along with commenter John Tabin. Take it away, folks.
Hello, everyone.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
My name is Anterlz44. I'm here with my good friend John Tabin, and this is going to be second quest low percent of Zelda 1. It is low percent, which means we cannot pick up any items that are not 100% required to beat the game. So, no sword upgrades, no hearts, no potions, rings. You get the idea. John's going to be helping me along the way. He's going to be doing a lot of the talking because, as you might expect, this run takes just a little bit of focus at times. So, John, thanks for doing this with me.
Yeah, if you're not familiar with Zelda 1 second quest, if you either beat first quest or title your file Zelda or Zeldar in this case, you can just, as long as the beginning of the title name Zelda, it'll go to second quest, and it's harder. There are some more cryptic puzzles. There are a few new enemies, and Antlers is going to be doing it all on 3 hearts with wood sword, which is crazy. You wouldn't do that in a no reset run, and yet here we are.
So we'll go ahead and it's time. So we'll go ahead and just jump right in if everybody's ready. We'll give a little countdown here for the timer. I'll go in 3, 2, 1. Go.
So the first thing he's going to do is grab the wood sword. He can't get the white sword or the magical sword. So every time he swings that sword, it's just going to do 1 HP of damage. And he's not going to be able to get any heart containers along the way either. So we're going to start by going to level 1, and it's the same place as first quest. So ideally, he's going to want to get a bomb drop here. There's a backup if he doesn't, but feel free to send your blessings in chat. Yeah, the 5 rupees helps too.
Absolutely.
We'll get to that.
What I'm trying to do here is set up a count. You get 2 bomb chances if you go in with your count being 5, because enemies drop bombs on 6 and 8. They can drop bombs.
Yeah, these orange gorillas are in the bomb dropping group. He got the the single rupee on 7, the lucky 7, which often drops instead of the bombs on either side of it. So he has to go up and kill these blue gorillas, which will drop a guaranteed static bomb. We do get to see those Stalfos, which otherwise don't appear in the run. In second quest, they now shoot beams like Lionel's, which makes them a bit of a rude awakening right at the beginning of exploring this level casually. But we know exactly where to go. He's going to bomb right and head straight to Aquamentus here.
We're hoping for another 5 rupee drop off of the wall masters that we see right. That would mean I wouldn't have to farm rupees, and we got it. Kill the rest of them to get a key, then we're off to Aquamentus.
I don't know how it looks on stream, but I lost the screen share, so I can't see anything right now, but I'll try and fix that.
So Aquamentus was nice there. He went backwards. He can really troll if he goes forward, and that will cause him to be far away. I have to kill him behind that heart container. I can't grab that heart. So we're about to do what we call money-making game. So I start on a very specific audio cue, and I can manipulate to get that middle rupee to be the plus 50. And unfortunately, Hectite got in my way that time, so I have to just reset. I might have went a little too early. I'm gonna see. We're good. Still having green share issues there. So what I'm trying to do at the moment is I'm trying to build a count. I want to enter level 2 on a 5 count. And do that, I'll be in perfect, or I'll have a perfect setup to get the bombs. That's 5. And I'll need to kill one of these guys, probably. 2, that's fine. We can work with that. So we're going to enter on 7. If you kill the 10th enemy in a row without taking damage with a bomb, he'll always drop a bomb.
Do you have time for a quick donation?
Absolutely.
All right, we did get a donation from Caffey JD, who gave us $10. They say, second quest, low percent hype! Let's get it, Antlers! Thank you very much for that donation, Caffey. If you'd like for that $10 to go towards any of our incentives, please let us know in the chat.
Yo, what's up, Caffey? Caffey's a friend of mine and a good dude. Really, really good at Zelda. So there's a key here. I'm going to take an intentional hit here. So I did that in order to have a count going into this manhandle. Right, this manhandle fight's a little scary. The good news is I have 7 bombs, so I can pretty much deal with it. But I want to force a bomb off of manhandle, if at all possible. We need to kill this manhandle, though, to get a key. And that's a bullseye. Unfortunately, that only takes us up to 9 because he didn't roll on at all. But we know that we're 1 away from 10. I knew we were getting a bomb there. And Handle behaved really well, actually. We're going to get the recorder here. That will allow us to break the sequence of the game pretty heavily.
All right, I got my picture back.
Welcome back, John.
Yeah. So.
Sorry.
So what he did at the recorder was he paused and hit up and A on the second controller. Basically, it's a death warp that allowed him to continue back to the start of the dungeon, which is a little bit faster than walking all the way back. You actually have to kill an extra room here to do that. So heading into the end of the level, he's got a few more rooms to kill, to pick up some keys and stuff that'll be used on the route. The boss of this level is a 2-headed Gleeok, which he's probably going to make look pretty easy, but it's actually quite difficult to do this fight with wood sword. It's he has to hit the first head 10 times and the second head 6 times, and here he goes.
Good news is the developers were pretty nice in allowing the beams to hurt the Gleeok. So if you got beams and you know how to kind of cheese it, it's not that bad.
It's actually a incredibly well-designed boss. It's difficult, but it's very fair and learnable, and it is quite satisfying to figure out how to do it and get good at it. And he just made it look trivial and left the heart behind, of course, because this is low percent. So next up, we got some fetch quests along the way. We're gonna pick up 100 secret here, which is we're gonna use to buy arrows and pay off some muggers later, which we'll get to. And then after he grabs this 100, he's going to scroll over to the graveyard. If you ever played this game, you know there's a Lost Woods puzzle south of here that takes like 4 screens of walking, but the screen scroll saves all that and just clips past that puzzle and goes straight into the graveyard. And he's actually going to go right into level 6. And the reason we do this is it's faster to have the ladder now because there are a couple of keys in levels 4 and 5 that are blocked by rivers that I think were intended as a troll and or a reward in case you actually did find level 6 early and come in here and get the ladder. And those keys are a lot faster than the keys that you would have to get otherwise. So it actually is worth making this detour into level 6. And this is a really scary looking mission with all these Wizaro beams and hopping around, but if you know exactly where to go, it's actually pretty consistent.
Yeah, it's not near as scary as it looks. We're gonna do something that's probably not super smart here and take that damage boost through the trap.
Keys does half-hearted damage, so he just does not want to get hit in this basement.
They were scaring me a little bit there, but probably not time efficient what I did there since I had to stop because I was scared of the keys, but that's okay. Swag trumps all.
And before we go, we're gonna jump in here and grab this key. And we're done here for now. Be back later. Now, next up, we're going to grab the power bracelet, which in first quest low percent isn't allowed, but it's actually required to beat second quest because there's a level under a push block. That's so it's necessary, and going to grab that and then do some shopping here. Nice boost off the P-head into the cave.
Yeah, I love that strat. I love swaggy damage boost strats. They're fun. So, as promised, we're breaking the sequence of the game here. We did 1 and 2, and now we're gonna do 8.
Yeah, level 8 is a really complicated puzzle dungeon. It's gonna be a lot shorter in a speedrun though, and you know how to go. But this first room of red bubbles, it costs 30 seconds if one of these bubbles touches him, because there's these bubbles take your sword away until you find a blue bubble or do a few other things, and the nearest blue bubble's way off route. So it's nice that he got through there safely.
Well, the good news is I got a heart on the way in, so I didn't have to up it. Bad news is I accidentally dropped a bomb in the wrong direction. So bomb count is gonna be a little scarier than normal.
You could clear the diamond, but it might be
that is
I don't
true.
know how much. I don't know if you want to spend that much time there.
Yeah,
See how you feel.
that and the fact that it's a bunch of blue gurries is not the most appealing thing on 3 hearts.
So when all of the screen scrolls and block clips are basically the same glitch. He's getting to a particular pixel and doing a perpendicular 1-frame input with some of them, like the block clips and the left to right scrolls, can be buffered with the sword. So that's why he's swinging his sword, so it doesn't have to be a perfect 1-frame input.
So 3 bombs. I'm not nervous. Who's nervous? Alright, that Dodongo was very nice there. He could have turned down and eaten that bomb, and then I would have had 1 bomb left. But he treated me very well there, and let me get through pretty free. That was a pretty good level 8, actually.
I lost the screen again. How'd the Dodongos go?
The Dodongos went well. They were
Great.
Yeah.
They don't always go well.
No, they don't always. They were pretty nice to me. One of them could have trolled me pretty badly. Have mercy. So now we're headed into level 4 here. That's why we got the power bracelet. If it weren't for level 4 being hidden behind that power bracelet spot, you wouldn't even be allowed to pick up the power bracelet in this category, because it's necessary. In first quest, you're actually not allowed to pick up the power bracelet. So this room is pretty tough. That was a very nice blue guy, by the way. Ooh, and I got bombs. There we go. That's a good bomb drop. Maybe. Turn down. Thank you. Go. So, that was a pretty good room. We got 6 bombs. We don't actually need to build a count like we normally would because of the...
Yeah, plenty more Dodonga, as Vaughn is saying in chat.
Yeah.
And I can't see again. And
that's fine. So we're killing these Zals here to get a static bomb drop in this room. It's not going fast. We want to make sure we don't take a hit, though. Taking a hit is the last thing we want to do in this dungeon. At least up until dungeon gets hard, which happens in half. Level 4 in second quest is kind of notorious for being trolly. If you haven't played second quest and you were planning on it, I'm sorry, but one of the biggest spoilers for second quest is about to come. What prevents a lot of people's progress is something you're gonna see pretty soon here. You'll know it when you see it. Want to make sure we don't get hit by these red bubbles. That's a pretty big loss. We're good there. Now, this Dig Dogger... Oh, that Dig Dogger trolled me a little bit. I thought he was going the opposite direction. We're fine. See if I can avoid this. Oh, alright, that's fine. We can just leave that screen and go back. The unfortunate thing is... we had to use it. I got a little bit scared that it wasn't going to hit, and then he kind of came back toward me and back fast. That is what I was talking about. That is the reason a lot of people have their progress stalled in second quest. And we got the triple bomb there on the Dark Nuts. That's always good. This room is quite scary. If you don't get the initial bomb drop there and you run out of bombs in this room, well, I guess if you run out of bombs in this room, you have to start the entire dungeon up soft locked. So that room is very scary if you don't... Ooh, I did not want to take that hit from that Pulse Voice. That was a bad hit. We're going to play this nice and safe here. Hoping for some health. And they are not giving me any. No health at all. As is true. And the Dark Nut. Rolled.
Alright, I got the screen again.
It's super safe. Welcome back again, John.
And you got the fairy on the last guy, so at least you won't be beeping on the way to the Triforce. Yeah, sorry about that. So that gauntlet he just did is, first of all, it's difficult enough to figure out that there's something behind the Triforce that is absolutely required to continue, but obviously quite an impressive performance getting through all that.
So that hit I just took in the basement there, that's on purpose. And the reason I do that is to set up a bomb force in a very specific room in level 5. And you'll know it when you see it. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to... you know what? We're actually on potentially PB pace, so let's go for it. Let's just go for it. We can always come back and buy, right?
Oh, that's exciting. So what he's talking about is there's going to be a spiral with blue Wizrobes, which is, first of all, casually it's quite a punch in the face, but it's not that bad if you have magical sword and blue ring like the game expects you to. Little dicey with white sword, and then with wood sword you're basically on your own with bombs. It's not that different from just doing it swordless, so you need to place the bombs very precisely to get through this upcoming Wizrobe room. after he's going to kill some keys for a key first, but that's coming up shortly.
If you ever see me kind of going in stutter step, my stream is not lagging. I'm actually using what we call pause strats, where I'm pausing the game over and over again to be able to basically put the game in slow motion. And these bubbles are not getting...
and
There we go. I want to only kill one Keeson here. I'm at 9 now. Right. So we are actually on a very good pace here. That's notoriously one of the hardest rooms, second quest, for a lot of people, at least casually. So we got our bow. That's the only reason we need to be up here, except we're gonna go ahead and kill this this Goma for a key. Try one cycle it here. He went right, which is not great for my prospects of one cycling. Took an intentional hit there, and my count back to 0. We're gonna go back to start. Alright, so that was the easy part of level 5. We're coming to the hard part of level 5 now.
Yeah, for the rest of the level, it's basically all dodging Wizrobes, and a beam from a red Wizrobe does 4 hearts of damage, i.e. instant death if you're on 3 hearts. Running into a blue Wizrobe does 2 hearts of damage. I think the blue Wizrobe beam does is it 2 hearts, and basically everything can kill him here, and so he has to be very precise and not get hit, or he dies. The Zulls can't kill him here, so he's killing them to presumably build up a count.
Yep.
And
playing it safe for the main handler coming up.
Yeah. The Zulls can't naturally drop a bomb, but if you force it with a 10 count like he did, you can get a guaranteed bomb there, and
trying to play it
getting
safe.
crowded into this door.
Guys getting crowded in the doorway. The red Wizrobes cause a lot of problems in this room.
Yeah.
And they're actually more dangerous than the Wizrobes when you get up around that key.
And so that key is one of the reasons for getting the early ladder. But it's not trivial at all. It's just walking across the river, but there's a lot to dodge.
So that was a bad hit to take there. I wanted bombs off of that man. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna try and get the backup bombs off of these Vires coming up here. And if not, I would also take a heart. A heart would be great as well. Well, I got the heart. That's actually the more important one right now.
Yeah, so some of these rooms you might notice have master enemies where if you just kill a particular enemy, the rest die, and that happened to happen with those keys, and so he went for that with the Vires, but... And it's another Gliok.
Oh, I did that Gliok bomb way wrong. I was supposed to lay the bomb before slashing the head off, and I did it after. Because I missed it the first time and forgot what I was doing. So, that's level 5. I need bombs. I'm trying to kind of go through my head and figure out what's the best play, but...
You could just buy him, walk instead of recorder and buy him.
Unfortunately, that's gonna be what play has to be, buying bombs. I hate it, because we were on a pretty good pace, but it's okay. We just want to make sure we don't run out of bombs in 6, because that actually would be faster.
Yeah, so normally what he'd do here is he would he'll do the recorder trick later, so don't worry, you won't miss it forever. But normally he would clip into the water there and do a little trick to warp to the graveyard. We'll see it later to a different spot, but it's gonna we need bombs to continue, so bit of a reroute.
Order right there.
Oh, we're gonna go back and do it.
Yep. Sorry about that.
That's right.
Alright, so we are back in level 6 here to finish it off. My spawns are going to be bad. That's not good spawn, so I'm going to have to kind of wait a little. Maybe respawn that room, because that was spawn once.
So, to briefly explain the recorder, what happened there is by activating the recorder and raft at the same time, the raft sends you one screen up, and the recorder sends you to the screen to the left of your destination and blows you in. By doing them both at once, it interrupts you and sends you northeast of the level destination. So essentially, he warped to the first quest level 7 location, and northwest of that is the graveyard, which happened to be where he needs to go.
Alright.
Got time for another donation?
Absolutely.
All right, we have Ginger_Pepsi who gave $10, saying the message, "Good luck, have fun, antlers."
Yo, thank you.
Hopefully you
Ginger
can
Pepsi.
use that good luck.
Absolutely. I appreciate that, Pepsi.
And Ginger Pepsi, if you'd like to put that $10 towards any of our incentives, go ahead and let us know in the chat.
So there's a very fast, or there's a faster strat for that room. That for what I just did, you can clip across the water there with the ladder. That's a little more dangerous than I want to be in a marathon setting. So we're just gonna take the route around and not get pummeled by. That's a good heart drop there. I was hoping for that. So, the boss of this dungeon is a little scary if you don't have full health. Full health being 3 hearts in my case. It is a Goma. It's a blue Goma which takes 3 shots with BMOS turrets and it locks you in. The good news is with 3 hearts I can pretty comfortably one cycle in here. And that's a lot more dangerous when you only have a couple hearts. See, that last beam almost hit me. So that's level 6, and we are...
Nicely done.
Thank you. We are making good time at this point. We're on our way to level 3. Level 3 is, in this category, the calm before the storm.
Yeah, there's some weird stuff in level 3 that you run into casually, but it's quite short in a speed run and pretty trivial if you know what you're doing. So if we have any more donations, it would be a good time. And when we get to level 7, that's when the run gets really crazy.
That's when the low percent run effectively starts.
Yeah. Now in first quest low percent, you can route the Blue Darknet dungeon earlier, but in second quest you need the ladder and the bow and the arrows before you can complete level 7, and there are a million Blue Darknets, so you have to do a lot of the game and then do the hard part. There's no choice.
We're gonna smoke a Dodongo here just to make sure we have a good bomb count, and that sets me back to. Actually, no, it doesn't. I lied. I am not going to have a force bomb here. So I'm gonna force a fair right here. Oh, never mind. So I want to just kill one of these keys. There we go. We're at a 9 count now. We're going to force a bomb in this room. Yeah. Set up for level 7.
All right, yeah, having 8 bombs and is good. 50 rupees is good too. There's another mugger in 7. Sometimes people ask when they watch this runs, what happens if you give life to the mugger without the with only 3 hearts? What happens is you go to 3 white hearts, so you have 0 HP, but you're still alive, but it's in Oko mode. And it is possible to route this run that way, but certainly in a marathon, just do another round of money making game and get the 50 rupees so you can pay the guy.
Yeah, it's definitely viable, especially in level 4. Level 4 is one thing. I would never consider a heart and going into zombie mode. 7, it's just too scary.
Yeah. So a blue dark nut does 2 hearts of damage if it hits you. A lot of the fireballs do 1 heart.
And the reason level 7 is so scary, outside of the fact that it's got really difficult enemies, really difficult rooms, the fact that it's so linear, there's no shortcuts at all, and all of the enemies respawn, you die.
Yeah.
So,
not only are there no shortcuts, it's really easy to get lost casually.
Right, yeah, casually
and
7
it
was also a nightmare.
It has some really crazy trolls that you won't see, but even knowing exactly where you're going, it's quite challenging, especially low percent.
Those enemies were not being super nice to me in that room. This room is actually kind of scary. This manhandler, you get locked in with it. You want to not get hit at all on your way. That was a really cooperative manhandler.
Yeah, leaving with a bomb is nice because each of the blue dark nuts takes 8 hit HP of damage. So you have to either hit it 8 times with the wood sword or twice with a bomb, because a bomb does 4 HP of damage as long as you lay it in the proper direction.
And here's our first very difficult room in the room.
I mean,
Well, in the level. Sorry.
Yeah, there have been some difficult rooms before.
I have a very specific bomb route that I want to stick to. I want to use at most 4 bombs, preferably fewer, but 4 is my cap. That was not a good. Oh, that wasn't a good bomb either. Yikes! All right, well, that's our cap on bombs. Now we've got to use the sword. I used 1 more than I even want, so we're gonna have to play this straight up sword beam strats. Try to not get hit at all by the beams.
Yeah. And even if he takes a fireball hit, he can't do damage from a distance. So any hit in here is devastating.
Oh. Speaking of, that was.
Speaking of,
I could really use.
Now blue dark nuts can drop health, so let's hope they do.
Of course, they are not helping me out of it. They have been very trolly this entire room.
Ooh.
Oh,
Yes.
that is such a good drop. And what I should have done there, I wasn't thinking, but what I should have done, I should have taken a beam hit before I got that fairy. And the reason for that is to reset my count and still be at 3 hearts. We're gonna try and 1 cycle this dude. And we didn't get it. The beam kind of knocked me off to the side. I was hoping it would knock me back, in which case it would have been perfect. I want to take a hit in this room to reset my count, so we're at 1 right now. There's a very specific count and bomb setup that I want to be at. So we're gonna be at 9 count going into the next hard room. So we're at 9 right now. We're 1 away from forcing a bomb.
Yeah. Now you do have to hit to bomb a dark nut twice to kill it. So
That is correct.
not like you can delay a bomb and get a bomb. It's gonna take a little bit.
Alright. we're just gonna play this nice and safe. We're gonna wait for the Dark Nuts to up and help me out. Alright, I have to kill that specific Dark Nut I just hit. Oh, that was not good. I have to hit this this next bomb. Oh man. I think I kept track of which one it is. Alright, we're good.
I'm glad you did, because I sure didn't.
I have to be able to
now let him pick it up. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna play this nice and safe. No reason to put the run in jeopardy right now, or put myself in jeopardy of dying. I'm gonna wait for them to let me get out of this door. They're kind of course, crowding the door now that I want them to go away. Here we go. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna clip into this block and play it nice and safe here. We can just stand inside this block, hit the Dark Nuts. In a PB attempt, I would not be doing it like this. I'd be going for it, but marathon strats.
You would have reset this a long time ago. But...
oh yeah, true. Pretty much when I had to go buy bombs.
Yep. I mean, when you didn't get the bomb drop in level 1, you would have reset in a PB attempt.
Technically, yeah, true. Also true. Right, so we got beams back, that's huge. And our count is going to be at 5, which is perfect. Oh, this guy is cooperating. Yeah, alright, we're through that room. We are headed off to yet another very difficult room.
Yeah, we got another room of Dark Nuts, fireball turrets again, and after that we got a 4-headed Gleeok, which is... what is that?
We gotta play this room.
28 hits or something that he needs with the wood sword.
Definitely don't want to take a hit here. I only got one.
And not having beams for Gleeok would be really hard too, so...
Very bad. Got 2 more bombs. What we're trying to do is force a bomb here. Oh, that's not great. Oh, that's really not great.
Oh god.
Man. Yeah, this is bad. Yeah, they kind of trolled me there. They were not helping me out. I should have played it a little more safe. Just gotta go for it. At this point, not a whole lot of backup here. And I'm dead. So.
Well, I hope you like Dark Nuts, because we're going to see a bunch of them again.
Yeah.
The boss rooms will stay dead, but we're going to have to kill all those Dark Nuts again.
So that is why the estimate was an hour, because things like that can happen in this run. What we have to do now is we have to farm some bombs. Hopefully the enemies are nice and give me bombs. Luckily there are tons of bomb droppers. Close to 11. 1. Gotta get 1. Sorry about that, guys. That 7 was actually going really well until, obviously, it wasn't. I just got a little impatient on that last room, and it burned me. There's our other. Alright. So, good news is we're going to nail it this time. But that's our 1 death for the run. We're doing the rest of it. It did come at about the worst place it can come at, but... Alright. So, another bit of good news. The Dark Nuts are going to be a lot more generous to me. In first blue this time. I have absolutely no evidence to back that up, but this guy, yeah. So this is why level 7 is just so awful. If you die there, that's a reason. There's just really no way you can cover good time. Okay, so look what they do for me on the second trip in. Oh my
Nice.
goodness. And the health drops, of course. Man. Yep, so what did I say? I called it. So that would be an amazing right there. And come to think of it, I don't know what my count is. I need to take a hit. That is 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're gonna be at 8. This diagonal block right.
Assuming these keys let us.
Yeah,
get to
we're
8.
just gonna duck out and duck back in. We're at 6 now. Only kill one more piece here, so... Well, that's okay. We'll go with 8. We got 5 bombs. What's the worst that could...
Well, was that a rhetorical question? It's pretty obvious.
These dark nuts are just not cooperating. This is supposed to be one of the easier rooms in this dungeon.
Question, chat: How important are knowing your spawns here? I would imagine that because it's so touch and go, you're reading and react. Like I think in a world record attempt, you want the right spawn so you can do those same strats every time. But in a marathon, you're being careful, so it's not going to make that much of a difference if the spawns are a little different, at least on the dark nuts.
Yeah, that. In something like this, the spawns aren't really dictating a whole lot. Need to kill one more with a bomb here. There we go. That was another really good room. A really good dark nut patterns there. Really like these guys to drop at least one heart for me. Oh. So this has gone way faster than last time through. Got one more to kill here. Unfortunately, I haven't gotten any heart drops. There we go. So the count is 4. So going with 5 or going with an 8 count again, we got 5 bombs. Again, what's the worst that could happen? Got one with that bomb. Not exactly the number there. Trying to get at least a couple of them to group up here. Don't want to run out of bombs like last time. Running out of bombs was bad, but then taking that hit from the dark nut is just devastating. There we go. Ooh, I was not at 8 like I thought. I was at 7. Right. One more without taking a hit. Alright, let's go. Second try. Almost as good as first try. So here's a 4-headed Gliok that we have to fight with the wood sword. And nothing else.
Yeah, only the sword or the wand can damage Gliok. You'll occasionally people will bomb him because you can increment the count to manipulate drops on the heads, but that doesn't add damage. You can only damage him with the sword, and So, and the fight gets harder as it goes along because there are more heads floating around. There can only be one fireball at once, but you keep adding heads as you chop them off. It becomes pretty dicey here.
More
Don't get
areas.
cornered.
Good news is, it's almost... These heads are just not playing super nice, but we are out. That's level 7. We're headed off to the last level.
Okay.
Yeah. The good news is, the deaths in 9 aren't nearly as costly as they are in level 7. So we're going to see one more root quarter here. And I did not hit the recorder as many times as I thought I did. We're just gonna... One more time. Just wanted to go and visit the ferry, refill my health real quick.
Yeah, that fairy fountain, by the way, is the first quest, level 5 screen, and second quest, there's a fairy there. So you can whistle to a fairy. Not that he did that intentionally, but you could if you wanted to.
Oh, I totally 100%.
Alright, so that root quarter took him northwest of level 6, and when the root quarter was discovered back in 2018, I think it was, one of the first things we did was route it into second quest because it saves so much walking coming up to level 9 in the northwest here.
Yeah, it's a very good tool. It's used a lot in first quest and any percent runs, but it doesn't save a ton of time. In second quest, it saves a ridiculous amount of time. All right, so we're off to get the silver arrows here real quick. There's a very scary room to go through. I'm keeping track of my count in there. I want to be able to force a bomb in the room. Silver. This was very nice. Oh, that's not good. Yep.
Oh.
That's actually very bad. So I dropped the bomb too low. I was fine. I was totally fine there until I dropped the bomb too low. I should have just taken a hit from the red whiz robes. Now, not only is my bomb count, but I don't have. Well, I died. Not only did I die, but my bomb died. I was gonna say. So trying to build a count here off of those Zols because now I'm definitely going to. I didn't even get the door. I'm gonna go back through here and get more of a count. We're at 8 right now. So we're at 9. That's where we want to be. Did not drop the bomb. That's exactly how that room should have looked last time. We got 2 bombs.
Funnily enough, that patch where we just passed has the map, and the map does not show this room. It's like an eye in the face. So you get the map, and it immediately directs you every direction except where the silver arrows are. That's how tricky second quest gets.
We're just using all our bombs here. We get static bombs later, so there's no use playing risky on these whiz robes. We can use every single bomb we got in our arsenal there, because we're just going to get another set of bombs. Alright, so we're on the home stretch here.
Can we do... Is 7 arrows enough for the landmo?
Wood sword. We got beams. And take this nice and easy here. Get in the doorway if we need to. There's a trick where if you stand on the first couple pixels in the doorway, land molas cannot hit you, but you can swing your sword like I'm doing right now. So playing it nice and cozy, getting that fiver. Now another trick you can do is you can walk out of the room, go back in. You've killed one land mola, the other one dead. Okay, so we got that fiver. That was good, because I want some arrows for this back half. Gotta make sure I don't use all. This screen is horrible. Okay, this is my least favorite screen in. Because you absolutely have to get to the end on full health. You cannot take a hit. I mean, you can get a heart later, but it requires a lot of setup. It's really annoying. But you absolutely have to have beams for something that's coming up here, and you'll know. Excuse me, you'll know it when you see it.
Yeah, the tasks for this game, for first quest, the task skips the sword upgrade just like in low percent, although the task gets a 4th heart to do some non-RTA viable damage boosts. But in the second quest, task actually gets the white sword because there's so many bosses that you can only kill with a sword in second quest that it's faster, and those 2 levels are right next to where the white sword is. It's faster to get it, even for a task. So there's a zillion. So there are basically a zillion hits on Patra that he needs to do with the wood sword coming up, and there are a couple of Patras, and he's being very careful here on these legs because even though they're slow, they're deceptively dangerous. And
Likes love to just suck you
gliding in through these wizrobes.
So this is not the Patra we were talking about. This is easy Patra. This one, you just...
Yeah, I mean, this isn't... I mean, this is relatively easy Patra. It can be tricky if you don't know what you're doing, but it's... The Patra coming up is much worse, as we'll see.
Patra is not being particularly nice to me, right? Kind of trying to box me out. Alright,
we got one more room till Ganon, but it's arguably the hardest room in either quest. So this Patra, it has 2 fireball turrets, and it expands, and you have to kill it in a very particular way where it goes crazy. So, and you'll notice that Antlers knows exactly where there are a few spots he can stand where the fireball turrets won't hit him, but that doesn't stop Patra from charging him. So he has to play it by ear very safely and very carefully.
Patra, unfortunately, is not getting over the left side like I wanted to. In fact, he's hugging the wall on the right side, which is about the worst thing that he can do outside of like hunting me down. Because like if you notice, those little mini heads are coming through the other side of the screen, and they absolutely will hit me. If
yeah, they can wrap around and kill you.
See if he lets me go right here. Nope, he's coming back right. The reason I want to get to the right is he likes to hug the left wall a lot more consistently than the right wall. Still not letting me get over there. Oh, I locked him. Wow, that was scary.
Alright, so what he means is Patra's kind of glitchily coded, so when you kill a particular fly, it will lock him into a state. And if you kill him while he's expanding, he will just keep expanding, but he killed that fly while he was contracted, so he's staying contracted, which makes the rest of the fight a little less dangerous. Still need to be careful. And after this, we have Ganon. So if you play this game casually, you might not even realize you can kill Ganon with the wood sword, but you can. It just takes 15 hits.
Alright, so here is Ganon. Let's get a swag bomb. No swag.
No. So Ganon's warping to these corners, and he's gonna try and get him stun locked. Ooh, no, it didn't happen.
Yeah, he was not playing nice. He spawned in the wrong spot twice.
Good news is Patra stay dead.
So a lot of the pressure to not take it is off. I still would prefer not to take damage, obviously, but a lot of the pressure to not take any is off. Unfortunately, these land molas respawn.
Yeah, he does after hitting Ganon 15 times, he has to shoot him with a silver arrow, so he doesn't want his arrow count to go to 0. The silver arrows can be handy though. They do 4 HP of damage, like a bomb or magical sword, to enemies that can be damaged by arrows, which is not all of them, notably not Wizrobes. And not Patras.
And I purposely left one Keese alive in this room, because if you leave one enemy alive in a room, the rest of the room spawn. It's a pretty good trip back to game. That spawns there. Alright, so we got one more scary room to go to get back to game. As long as I don't take a hit in that room, it should be just. Alright, so we're going to get back to game here, and we're going to go ahead and finish him off this time. He was very unkind to me last time. He's going to be a lot nicer. Just like the Dark Nuts the second time. Level 7. Alright, so this is a lot better spawn. Oh my goodness, and I missed him. Alright, well, now we really gotta hustle. We're gonna miss that hour. That was just me.
I think the land millas stay dead this pass. Land millas are weird, unlike every other enemy.
Yeah, this
their
time.
respawn is inconsistent.
Won't have to kill land mode. Good.
Yeah, so touching Ganon's body does 4 hearts of damage, and
that's why this category is one of the many reasons this category is so tough. Alright. So again, one more scary room to get back to game. Good news is it doesn't take that long to get to game.
yes, second quest 9 is actually a lot smaller than first quest 9.
Yeah, by quite a bit. It's just a lot more difficult to navigate. It's a lot trollier if you don't know where you're.
Yeah, it's a different kinds of puzzles, because first quest 9 is basically sorting out the staircases and which rooms go whereas second quest 9 they're walk through walls and like crazy like one-way trap rooms that you can get stuck in.
And incredibly difficult. Alright. Yeah. Let's finish off this pig here.
Got a stun lock rhythm here. If he can maintain this rhythm, he may be able to finish him off in this corner. Oh, lost him.
That is a dead pig.
Alright, time stops when he's next to Zelda, and time. And that's second quest low percent. Very well done, sir.
Thank you, John. Yep, it's a fun run. It's a really fun run, and it's one that I put a lot of work into.
Yeah, Antler's held the world record in this for a while, and some other runners have attacked it since and are pushing it even lower. But he has put a lot into this, and he also does damageless runs, and is very good at Zelda 1 randomizer. I think that's where you started with Z1, right? Is with the randomizer, and
Absolutely.
and a lot of really good randomizer players end up being good at these crazy challenge categories. So it's been really, but even in the main category, you are our latest sub 29 runner. So you lots of great stuff. Follow Anterlz44 and thanks so much to Game Over Cancer for having us. And please do donate, because the Canadian Cancer Society does do great work, and has in the past and will in the future, I'm sure. And that this end screen, by the way, that number 4 means he died 4 times, which is, for a no reset low percent second quest run, is pretty dang good.
I appreciate it, John, and I echo everything you said about Game Over Cancer. Thank you, everyone who donated during this run and donating through the marathon, and thank you, John. I really appreciate you doing this with me. I really appreciate having your backup and your knowledge of the game. You're one of the most if not the most knowledgeable person that I know of about just all the ins and outs of this game. It's a joy to just talk Zelda with you, to be honest. So,
yeah.
If you don't know John, he's one of the most knowledgeable people and a really good runner in his own right of this game. So, he's also
Yeah, I'm kind of on a bit of a stream break because I'm traveling, but may someday stream again.
Well, I certainly hope so. But with that, I think we're running up on time, so I'll go ahead and yield it back to the folks at Game Over Cancer. Thanks, everyone. I appreciate it, and looking forward to the rest of the runs.
All right, thank you very much, Antlers, and John Tabin for that lovely run there. That was The Legend of Zelda Second Quest Low Percent. Keep on watching, everyone. We have some more great runs coming up. In just a bit, we have the Squidlet All Bosses category by the runner Level Up Leo. That name sounds familiar to me for some reason. And after that, we'll have Elec Head 100% category from Dan the VP. So keep on watching and keep on donating.